Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to get started doing the teardown on the Supra. We're going to start by removing the side skirts, the hard tunnel, the drive shaft, the tailpipes, and the rear suspension. That's my goal for today. Let's see how far we can get. Next up is the hard tunnel. Here's something that everybody should know. I've seen a lot of people message me and ask me questions. Can you tell me what kind of chassis I have? And a lot of times people will contact you with a show car with a fiberglass body on it, Gen 5, Gen 6, could be anything. And they say, oh, I have this Gen 6 car, came from this team. And then they send you a picture of it, and it's got a stamped steel floor pan in it. And basically what that means is it's not a COT chassis, it's not correct for the body, and that they have chopped the halo to raise it and put a fiberglass body on it as a show car. There's no way that a car raced as a Gen 5 or Gen 6 car without that solid hard tunnel underneath it. That's pretty cool. Something I just noticed, if you take a look, you can see in the right side frame rail, those two exhaust ports that are covered up. The original Gen 5 COT chassis, they were going to run the exhaust through the frame rail and out the right side of the car. You can see in some of the early test pictures, the car will have a full skirt underneath the bottom of it. And then you look at the photo, you'll see the exhaust coming out through the door. There are photos of a Carl Edwards car, and I believe the Dodge that Brett Bodine was testing also had it. And I believe a photo of a car that Jeff Burton tested for RCR. The exhaust came through the frame rail. Once again, leads to history. All right, next is the rear suspension. Up next, some transport shocks, then the track bar. We'll get the springs out. the only inch and a 1/16 wrench out. Belonged to my father-in-law. One of those good old Grand Rapid industrial products. Stuff on the tear down part. Get it up about an inch, and then we'll pull the quick pins out of it. This particular housing uses your detent pins on each side. Pull the rear chains in, keep it up. We'll get both of those out, then we'll drop it down. Pull the springs out, then go to the front, pull the truck arm mount and bolts out, and we'll slide the entire thing out. I think I might be able to reuse these truck arms, but we'll find out once we get it out. So let's see what we're working with. This is a single rib case. This isn't something we'll use. You can see it's marked wind tunnel on it. I know this car's been through the wind tunnel at least a handful of times, but it's definitely a short track housing. It's got decent calipers and rotors on it. I might be able to clean the rotors up and use them in the hats. And I might be able to use those rear brakes. I'll have to check the number on the caliper and see what it is. Truck arms themselves look pretty good. They're equal length. Not bad so far. I think we'll just build a new housing. I got a couple on the rack. 0 camber, 2 degree. I'll have to find out what the width is on this one. It should be 61 inches. Most of your older cars just use a 58. All right, let's get this oil tank out. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. We've got the rear suspension and the housing out of the car that originally came with it. That short track housing's on the bottom of the rack right there. I have chosen a different housing altogether. This is a 2 degree negative camber road course housing. It also has sway bar mounts built into the rear, and it's got brackets that'll accept the caliper mounts from the old rear end to use the Brembo brakes. It does have an 1/8 inch of toe built into it. We are going to use a set of Timken race pack hubs. And I've got a set of strange oval axles. I'm not going to build that in the next episode. We're still going through the teardown phase. In the next episode, I've got the engine hoist already assembled. We're going to roll the car back some. We're going to remove the hood, the windshield. We're going to remove the engine, transmission, radiator, and a few other accessories that are on the front of the car. Once we get to that point, then we're going to finally get to the total assessment of what's going to go back on, what's going to get reused, and what's not. See you then.